Hello. Let's do a love reading. I haven't done one of those in quite a while. They're not really my style, but I figured it was time for something different. So we're gonna do 3 piles and we're gonna kind of go with like status. So pile number 1, I don't remember what kind of crystal this is. I will try to look back and see if I can figure it out from the person that gave it to me. Pile number 2 is rose quartz, which I have a lot of because it's my favorite. And this one, calcite maybe? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm gonna try to figure it out though. Piles 1, 2, and 3. So why don't we go with single, casual, and committed. We'll do it that way. Ma'am, can I help you? What are you doing, sis? I'm trying to do a reading. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, sister. She's doing good. Her surgery was less than a week ago, but she was doing really good. All right, so my pile 1's my singles. Single is a Pringle. I don't know what's gonna come out, but we're gonna say this is 18 plus. That's gonna bother me. I was gonna have everything set on that, but it's gonna jiggle around. I don't like it. All right. So let's see what's going on with you guys. Oh, right off the bat. You've got the Hanged Man and the High Priestess. What else do we have going on here? Ace of Cups. King of Wands in reverse. All right. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords. Trying to cover up the things because I don't want to be getting flagged. But anyway, I feel like for my singles out there, you guys, I think you've been in a position where you've had to focus on yourself, and maybe this was after a relationship or a situationship or dealings with someone else who there was a lot of fire, there was a lot of passion, there was a lot of things, but maybe they weren't like the best match for you. Maybe they weren't the best fit for you. But with the Hanged Man here, that's looking at a different perspective, that's taking your time, that's seeing a different angle. And with the High Priestess, I feel like this is something that in a way has maybe brought you closer to your spirituality or closer to your feelings or just closer to your gut feelings. Like if you know something's not great and you still did it and crashed and burned, maybe this will help you to consider those feelings next time. Because with the Ace of Cups here, like it's you've been working on your emotions. You've been trying to do things more from a less physical, more emotional view. Or maybe this is because you don't want to get in another relationship with someone who it's just about the physical. Or maybe you just need to be on pause for a while. With the Eight of Swords, that's kind of the like keeping yourself stuck or keeping yourself in a situation where like you're not really as powerless as you feel. You're not, the answers are there, you just maybe don't want to see them right now. Kind of like keeping yourself tied up. This is an oracle deck that is made by the owner of the channel, the Hermit Tarot. It's based off of the tarot deck, but it is oracle cards. Ten, you are my everything. That's based off of the Ten of Cups. 8, I just want you all the time. Let me have you with number 7. So I feel like my singles here have been kind of healing from a, I don't want to just say toxic situation, but that's what I'm going to say, because I don't really know what else to say, but I think so, yes. So I'm going to say that that's the right guess. But with this, let me hold you, and my life started when I met you. This is something that you're moving out of and moving away from, because a lot of us have been in relationships and situationships where things were very, very physical, very passionate, very like, damn, I didn't even know I could feel that way kind of thing. But sometimes those are karmic, and sometimes that's just there so that there's enough like glue to keep you together so that you can learn your lesson and move on. But that also shows you that you want something more than just the physical. Now, if you're down for friends with benefits, whatever, this is probably not the reading for you. And I'm sure that there's another reading. There's thousands and thousands of relationship readings, single readings and whatnot on the YouTube. But I think this is you guys coming out of maybe a space where even the desire to be in a relationship was physically driven, because we have needs, we're humans, we have human bodies, things like that, okay? Like, we do, whether you want to admit it or not, whether you like it or not, whatever. We all have needs, and how are you going to have those needs met by another person? Generally, if you're in a relationship, you know. But I think that with all of this movement here, and let me hold you, and my life started when I met you, I think that was you starting your own life after this ended, and kind of finding a way to hold yourself and take care of yourself. Your sweetness. So getting into that emotional area, that emotional feeling, that side of you that can be inspired by more than just physical. Or maybe this was like your first big relationship and you had to experience a lot of things. And the physical aspect was not something that you had experienced before, and it may have just been something that was keeping you there. How I feel inside you. See, I'm taking that with this as like the way that you feel in your heart space, the way that you're feeling on the inside. I want you all the time. And I think you're doing this healing work, and that's going to help you whenever you're ready, whenever, you know, the universe decides you're ready for the next relationship that you get into. I feel like this is going to help you build this foundation that's going to be on more of an even level. That's not to say there can't be all this feeling and all this physical and all this whatever, but I think that that's going to help you to get into the emotional part of it too, but in a healthy way, instead of like a codependent, toxic, like I can't breathe without you, all up on me kind of thing, you know, where that's like consuming your every thought. Because you need to, and you are starting to recognize how precious you really are for more than just what you have to offer physically and what you can give to another person, because part of that is receiving, and you need to be able to let your hair down and not be the only doer in this next relationship. Your femininity, so being in that receptive energy and that allowing people to give to you, allowing people to take care of you. Family. Wake up call. Feelings. So, bullies. Okay. All right. I feel like you may have been in this relationship at some point previously that you are healing from and that you are single from, because of maybe dynamics that you had seen within your family or within your close relationships that were not healthy, or that were glorifying these kind of not exactly positive aspects of it, where they love me, but I love them, but like too many buts, too many ifs. I don't know what your wake-up call was for this and why it is that you had to leave, decided to leave, were left. I don't know. But we have the word precious twice, and I really want you to recognize that you're worth so much more than just what your body can give another person. Okay? Whatever you thought previous, whatever you were raised to think previous, whatever, any of that, someone should not be bullying you. Someone should not be gaslighting you. You should not have to worry about how diplomatic you're being when you're in a relationship with someone. Yes, take their feelings into accountability, but also take your own feelings into accountability, because there's so much more to what should be than what has been. Dang. Let's see what the romance angels have to say before I close this out. I was really hoping this would be like a light, fun reading, but I'm just the messenger. And this is good. I mean, honestly, it sucks. It's painful, but it's good. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Getting to know each other. Attraction. Okay. See, now we're getting into that positive that I wanted. Trust. One more. Heart-to-heart conversations. All right. I'll take that. So staying optimistic, getting to know each other, attraction, trust, heart-to-heart conversation. This separation was entirely necessary so that you could get into your next relationship and any others after that. I'm not saying you're only gonna have one more ever and that's the end of it. I don't know. Maybe not. But I feel like having gone through this as maybe either your first or your most recent relationship, there were a lot of heavy feelings, but they were like heavy because of past preconceived notions and assumptions and things like that. But I feel like from here on out, because of this work that you've been doing and taking care of yourself in a way that you want someone else to take care of you, is going to help you trust yourself enough to get into another relationship where you can take time to get to know someone and you can have that attraction, but it doesn't have to only be about the physical, and you can have genuine conversations and like not feel like you're on thin ice, not feel like you're walking on eggshells, not feel like you're only talking so that you can get to the next step. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 1. That was a little heavier than I thought, but it's looking good, honestly. from here on out, and you are doing the work. This is brought by you so that you don't end up in the same situation and hurt the same way that you were. And I'm really going to try to figure out what kind of stone this is. It's pretty. Pile number 2, my rose quartz. Casual. Maybe you're seeing more than one person. That's not. Listen, I really like this. I have a set of these. They're coasters, but they're getting on my nerves. Anyway, casual, seeing what's going on for you today. This is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I will be covering up any things that are not YouTube friendly. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Cups. Two of Pentacles reversed. Reversals are not bad, okay? So I don't be thinking that. They're not, okay? King of Wands reversed. Queen of Pentacles. And we also have the World reversed. I feel like you guys are really just honestly living out the casual life. And that's not a bad thing at all, but really not taking things too seriously and kind of getting out there and experiencing things and learning things, not only about yourself, but about other people and what you really want. And that's great. You know, maybe you're seeing more than one person because it is casual. But with the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and the World in reverse, I don't feel like right now you're looking for something like super long term. If it happens that way, fine. With this Nine of Cups here. But that's not really like... Some people just date to marry only. Some people date to date. I feel like you might be on the latter, at least right now. With the Two of Pentacles, though, I feel like you're not wanting to... I mean, like... I don't want to say juggling. I want to say you're balancing maybe more than one, like I said, relationship, things like that. Or perhaps you're, you know, polyamorous. I don't know, which is fine, whatever. But I really feel like you're trying not to attach yourself to outcomes and trying not to worry so much about the future and just try to experience things, experiencing this part of your life. Because with the Queen of Pentacles here, I feel like you can take care of yourself, okay? You have your own money, you have your own place, you have your own life. So being in casual relationships with other people adds to that. But there's nothing that you really need out of it. You're in a position where you're able to gain just learning pleasurable experiences from it, which is really great. Like, I think this is a great energy to be in. This is an oracle deck made by the Hermit Tarot. That's why it says that. They have the YouTube channel. What do we got for my casuals, though? Like, I really like this energy. It's very not too serious. We have I'm sorry in the reverse. Ooh, I love that. So not worrying about feelings of shame or guilt and not guilting yourself for wanting to experience this part of your life, which is awesome because there's so much unnecessary bull when it comes to feelings and people's opinions being shoved down everybody else's business. Yeah, no. I love it. I love this so much. I hope you'll wait for me. What's that about? I could be your hero, baby. Okay. So a little bit of like almost like a heartbreaker energy, not in a bad way. Like you're not out here trying to hurt people, but like you might be the one that got away for a few people. Which like, it is what it is, you know. I still don't have all the answers. Do you even care? Oh, I love that. Heartbreakers. You're honestly, you're really just out here living for yourself, which is awesome. Yes. Need I say more? I don't think so. I need more time for me. Take all the time for you need, baby. Do it. Shine your light. Do what you want to do. Just stay like this forever if you want to. Shit. It's your life. Hey boy, timing. Wrongful accusation, self-sufficiency, sleight of hand. What? Distortion. I'm gonna date went away. Believe. Okay. Hey boy, hey. Like it's not, it's, I feel like with the timing, like this is the time for you to continue being self-sufficient, for you to continue believing in what you're doing, and honestly, not worrying about what other people are thinking about you, not worrying about what other people think you might be doing, not worrying about other people's distorted perceptions of you. And honestly, I feel like a lot of this negative energy, evil eye, whatever it is you want to call it, is really just because people are salty because like either they're jealous or they want you and want all of you and can't have that. Either way, you're doing nothing wrong here by living your life, okay? I want you to know that you're not doing anything wrong. People are always going to have something to say, no matter what. But you know that. How well we fit together in reverse. Okay. That's that, like, just learning things, trying things out. The way your eyes sparkle when you smile. Having a good time. Like, you're really... And that doesn't mean that things can't get heavy once in a while, because sometimes they can, I'm sure. But this is just a really good energy. The way you speak. So speaking your truth and feeling like home to yourself, because you don't need to come home to anybody. You don't need anybody to come home to you. If that's what you find that you want, that's great. But it's not at the forefront. You get me like no one else. I feel like this is also like a self-discovery journey. Because with the way you need me in reverse, like you don't need anyone, like I've already said. Before we even shuffle, you deserve love. You do. And this, I mean, just because you're not 100% million committed to one person forever doesn't mean that you're not experiencing love in different ways. You are keeping an open mind. And recognizing that things are not going to look the way that maybe you thought they would. Heart-to-heart conversations. So really going deeper than just like the physical. Playfulness and honeymoon. Yeah, you're in the honeymoon phase of your own life with your own situation, and I love that for you. I think this is great. Like, it's great. I think that more people need to have these kinds of phases in their life, and there are a lot of really just life experiences that I think a lot of people need to have and that add to life. Like truly being on your own, being single and having to rely on only yourself. I feel like that's important. I know that a lot of people don't do it, especially like small town people who, you know, the only thing we do is graduate and get married. I've done that. But anyway, yeah, rose quartz. Like you guys are just having the time of your life and I'm here for it. 100%. Keep doing what you're doing. I mean, if that's what you desire, then you'll find your relationship, you'll find your match. But keep living your life and stop just even considering the feelings that other people have that are negative towards you, because like they jealous. They're just haters, okay? Awesome. I'm happy for you. Keep living your best life for as long as you want to. All right, for my pile number 3 is, I don't know. I want to say that's, I don't know, honey calcite maybe? I'm going to try to find out, but I can't make any guarantees. Anyway, my pile 3, committed people. What's going on? What phase? What's going on? What's the vibe? Strength reversed. Knight of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords. Page of Cups reversed. Man. Alright. Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Fool. Four of Pentacles. Okay. Alright. So, my committed people that are looking at relationship readings, I feel like you guys are on the struggle bus. I feel like this has been kind of like a slow burnout. You're feeling not strong. You're not happy. You're not emotionally fulfilled. It's not where you want to be. You want to work towards your stability, but you don't know how. You don't know how to get there from here. Because maybe things weren't the way that you thought they would be, or you thought that your partner was a different person or presented to be a different person, and that slowly changed, and it leaves you feeling like a fool. It leaves you feeling like there was a snake there that you didn't know was a snake. And I feel like you're just kind of wondering where to from here. Like with the Eight of Swords, that's, keeping yourself trapped, and the Four of Pentacles is the traditional tarot. That's like them holding down the pentacles for dear life, trying to stay stable, trying to stay steady. I feel like you're faced with a decision here, and I think that you already know the answer, because why would you be looking at these readings otherwise? I feel like you're just looking for, I don't want to say permission, not permission. I think you're looking for the best course of action. You're trying to get the bird's eye perspective, the zoom out, and there's almost this feeling of like self-gaslighting. Like, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I am the issue. Maybe it's all me. And like, I don't think it is. Sure, you could have parts of this that were not helpful, that led to this in some way or the other, but it takes two people, and two people using their free will to make something work. And I feel like there's a lot of love here, and that makes it all the more difficult. And sometimes there's not even a huge tower moment. There's not even anything like massive that happens. It just slowly just kind of fizzles. Let's get some more tarot cards here. So that is the situation that I'm feeling. So what are we doing? What are we feeling about it? What's our, where are we going? What's happening? Okay. All right. The the Star, the Five of Cups, Hanged Man, Page of Pentacles. Eight of Wands. Devil. Nine of Wands. Magician. Okay. It's not all darkness, all right? This feeling is not going to last forever. And as much as I'm gonna just say it, like, this relationship might not last forever either. Like, I feel like you've already kind of come to that realization. You're gonna move out of this, and the Eight of Wands is all about fast, rapid, incoming, like, information, and you've got the Page of Pentacles, and that's new energy and your different perspective with this Hanged Man. Nine of Wands is really about, like, being exhausted after the fight. But with the Magician here, I feel like you're going to be led out of this. You're going to find a way out of this, and it's going to be, I feel like you're just going to be pulled right out of it. Like, you're going to be told, or not told, shown, whatever, the right course of action to do this in the best way that you can. That's not to say it's not going to be painful, because it is. Endings are painful, especially whenever it comes to being in committed relationships, because you might have thought this was your forever, and then it turned out to be a forever that you couldn't handle, or that you didn't deserve to be in, or not in like a I don't deserve it, but like in a I deserve more than this kind of way. I don't want that to be misconstrued. You're going to get out of it, though. And that's not to say that either of you are bad people. That's not to say any of that. It's just things change. You know, sometimes we inadvertently make temporary situations into permanent ones, and then we have to be redirected. I think we should see other people. This is, the Hermit Tarot is actually a YouTube channel. This is a oracle deck that she made. If I follow you, I could lose everything. Number 5. So breaking this off and separating so that we don't continue to lose ourselves. The song Happier. I don't remember who sings it. I want you to be happier. And only for a minute, I want to change my mind because this just don't seem right to me. Or this just don't feel right to me. But I want to see you smile, and I know that means I'll have to leave. So this is you doing this for the other person too. You're not happy, they're not happy, but they're not going to change it. So you're going to have to be the one to do that. And it doesn't feel right. But it is right. Yeah. Happiness is your priority. I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier. So I'll go. I think that we both know the way that this story ends. But if we both jump together, at least we can sweep up away from the wreck that we've made. I feel like if you stay in this much longer, it's just gonna be bad. Maybe a little codependent. But being codependent on that feeling of the Ten of Cups. But in the end, it's not. That ain't it. You can't keep looking at it and pretending that it's something it's not. You can't keep looking at it and being someone that you don't want to be or don't need to be, or that you're just not. Now's not the time. I left because you told me to. Now's not the time to be worrying about staying and hurting people's feelings and anything like that. I think this is, I left because your intuition told you to, or your feelings told you to. Because you need to be absolutely in love with yourself again. And you can't love yourself when you're like this. It's not that you're unlovable. It's that you just can't. You just can't. But love is the answer, and that kind of love is going to be your self-love. You're going to have to love yourself so much that this is something that you are willing to go through and put yourself through. And it's going to take you time, but you already know, and that doesn't mean you're not scared. Because you are scared. Because I'm open to compromise. Sometimes you can't compromise your way into things or out of things. I want to get you drunk, and I want you to choose. So this is that feeling of someone wanting to take advantage. I don't like saying that. Sometimes, though, you might have every intention of compromising, and it's only your intention to do so. Or this is that, again, that feeling of they're not gonna go, so you have to. Let go. If I follow you, I could lose everything. Comfortability is not comfortable anymore, because you can't help but feel like this is a life that you want to escape from, and you shouldn't live in a life that you feel like you need to escape. But letting other people come up in the middle of this is only going to make it worse. Don't let somebody sleep their way back in, because you already know the answer. This is supposed to be a lighthearted reading, guys. I'm sorry. Like, it's not, but dang. Gain. You're gonna have some serious gains after this is done, and after it's said and done. And it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna take you a long time, perhaps. But you are ready to do this. You might not feel ready. You might not ever feel ready, because sometimes we just don't. But you do feel the way that you feel for a reason. And I feel like you're getting signs, and you've been getting signs, and your gut's been telling you this. You've been getting warning signs. You know that there are red flags. You know there's been potential gaslighting, whether that's yourself or someone else. And with this new start, questioning, wake up call, and foundations, even if you tried to start this over, you're still going to be questioning everything. And that's not because you have terrible trust issues and whatever. It's just that you already know. You can have more wake-up calls. You can prolong this. It's free will. You know, don't rush out of it if you're truly not ready. If you need to have some sort of like backup plan, I don't know. If you need to do it the right way, maybe there are other people involved, but you do have the power to quit building on a foundation that's not what you need. And maybe seek assistance if you need to, until you can become more self-sufficient. I don't feel like this is like a dangerous thing, like physically dangerous or anything like that. If it is, you guys like seek help, like professional help, okay? But I feel like this is a different kind of downward spiral, and you might not want to use your feet to move forward just yet. because you're not ready to be in this masculine energy, this get it done energy. But I want you to make your loyalty to yourself, because if you're loyal to yourself and you're taking care of yourself, and this other person is not on board with that, is not supporting you in that, is not helping you speak your truth, then that's all the proof that you need. Because you can't expect yourself out of other people, but you can take care of yourself. Even if that means you have to learn yourself all over again. You deserve to relax. You deserve to be able to let your hair down. You deserve to be able to feel things that you need to feel and that you want to feel. And you deserve a love that wants to show you off to the world for the person that you are, not who they want you to be, not who you think they want you to be, not who you think they need you to be. Sometimes having a giant heart makes it easier to be in situations that we don't need to be in for too long. How you look at me and the way you look at me. So do some more introspection, more self-reflection, more... I'm not saying get stuck in your head and overthink, because I feel like you've already done plenty of that, but you're going to be shown exactly when you need to move and how you need to move, okay? God's going to get you out of this. The universe is going to get you out of this. Spirit is going to help you get out of this. Your ancestors, whoever it is that you believe in, whoever it is you pray to. You might be alone in the physical, or you might have other people that do rely on you, like perhaps you are a parent, or you have other people that you have to take care of, and that makes it all the more difficult. But trust and believe that you will be taken care of, and so will those that you are in charge of caring for. Sometimes we have to just stay put so that the universe can line things out and get them ready for us to go when we need to go. And you'll know, you'll be shown over and over and over and over whenever it's time, okay? I wish that this was easier. I wish that you weren't in this situation to begin with. I know that there are lessons for you to learn. I feel like this might have been a soul lesson or something that you were supposed to learn in this lifetime. That does not make it easier. But you will be shown a way out of this. And this is not the end, okay? It might be the end of this. But... and if nothing else, this is going to show you exactly what you don't want. And whenever you start seeing this again in another person, you're going to know. And you're going to be able to heal these issues within yourself that keep you in these situations, or get you in these situations, or subconscious things that maybe were brought on by the way that you were raised or the way that you were made to feel. You do deserve love, okay? You deserve to express your love however you need to express it. But right now, I want you to see yourself as the one. Because separation, and very soon, you're going to get relief. It's going to be over, maybe sooner than you think. But love yourself right now. Love yourself. If you have children, make sure you're giving them a little extra love too. That doesn't mean bring them up in the middle of it. That doesn't mean argue in front of them. Do any of that, because like, you're a grown-ass adult. You need to act accordingly. Okay? I don't know who needed to hear that, but remember that you have responsibilities. But also forgive yourself, because this is a learning situation. And remember that this is just as hard on other people that are in this relationship or in this dynamic as it is on you. So if you do have kids and they are acting out, give them some grace. I know that it's easy to get overwhelmed and snap or say things that we shouldn't say and whatnot, but they will forgive you and you can forgive them because they have to rely on you. They didn't choose this. They didn't choose this relationship for you, and it's not their responsibility to get you out of it. It's not their responsibility to take on your emotional struggles and your emotional baggage along with you while you get out of it, okay? Let go of control issues. You don't need to control your kids. You don't need to control this other person. You need to let it go so that you can find new love and you can build trust with all of your relationships. But stay optimistic, okay? I know that I got a little bit, bossy there for a minute, but it'll come when it's supposed to come. Just like you'll leave when you're supposed to leave. And if you somehow feel like you drop the ball or fumble or whatever you want to call it, you're not going to only have one opportunity ever to go ever, and then if you miss it, you're just done and you're stuck. Okay? There will be other ways. You're not going to mess this up to a terrible extent that you're just going to be stuck forever, even if you are reluctant. You're going to be all right. This was way heavier than I wanted it to be. This is not the reading I wanted to give, okay? But the magic is there. And all you can control is yourself and how you take care of yourself. And if that means learning how to take care of yourself, maybe for the first time ever, then you can do that. You absolutely can. It is not too late for anything. Because you can make your heart full and you can help teach others. It's a slow process. It's a growing process. It's hard to make that decision, but it'll come.